Is your cat a drug addict? The reality of catnip. If you have ever given catnip to your feline friend, then you will know firsthand how strange it can make them act. This has given it the reputation of being LSD for cats, understandably causing some concern among owners. But how addictive is catnip to your furry companion? Can long-time exposure cause negative effects, like those we see in humans who have abused mind-altering substances? Before we get into today's video, don't forget to subscribe and bang the notification bell. That way, you will never miss a future animals-approved video. What is catnip? Catnip is the common name for the Nepetacateria plant that derives from the mint family. Household felines usually encounter dried catnip in toys that have been stuffed with it or used as an attractant on a scratching post. Sometimes it is combined with dried lavender to give a more potent smell. The reaction to catnip can vary from cat to cat, with their behavior typically falling into the categories of rubbing and rolling, hunting, feeding, playfulness, or aggression. Usually, a cat will show that the effects of the catnip are kicking in by sniffing and licking or rubbing their cheeks and chin on the catnip. How does catnip work? Understandably, some owners worry that their cat is going to develop an addiction to the natural herb, especially after seeing the bizarre way they act. So, will it permanently change the way they act over time? Will they be craving the substance so much that they will decide to go out on a midnight prowl to score some more of the nip? Well, before we answer those questions, it is important to know how catnip works. Catnip induces euphoria in cats, much like certain psychoactive drugs taken by humans to achieve an overpowering sense of happiness. In catnip, the active compound, nepetalactin, binds to receptors in the cat's nose and causes a response in the cat's brain. It's very similar to how cats respond to pheromones, which is a strong chemical signal given off by animals. Because humans don't use pheromones, it isn't easy to give a comparative example of how this feels. This euphoric reaction only happens in only 50% to 70% of all felines, with other cats seemingly unaffected by its drug-like properties. Generally, it doesn't matter how much dried catnip is in a toy or scratch post, as the effects are the same. However, cats are more likely to react to organic catnip as it contains a higher concentration of the Nepetacateria plant. The plant itself doesn't harm your pet. In fact, it's the pesticides found in non-organic catnip that could be hazardous to them. Cats' behavior on catnip. A cat's reaction to catnip can vary, with some being completely unaffected by it, though scientists are yet to determine why this is the case. Though some of the behaviors can be funny or cute while they are high, sometimes your furry feline's attitude can be affected negatively. Some cats can become aggressive while using catnip, which means they will not welcome affection from humans. They will display the indications that they are angry and upset by taking on an intimidating stance and hissing at people. Families who have another cat or a dog in the household should be vigilant that they don't get too close, which may result in the cat clawing them. That being said, the more common reaction to catnip is a heightened sense of playfulness, which can be a lot of fun for a kitty, especially if it has a fellow catnipped friend to play with. Due to the pheromone-like effect of catnip, it is not uncommon for a cat to get frisky, especially for those who have reached maturity. This can be identified by your little companion rolling around in the catnip, drooling, and making some odd noises. This isn't anything to worry about, but owners should be wary if a cat decides to go outdoors, especially if it hasn't been neutered. Interestingly, catnip doesn't affect dogs at all. This is because their brains don't process the chemical compound in the same way, though catnip has been proven to ward off diarrhea and muscle spasms in canines. Is catnip addictive? Catnip is not an addictive substance, and despite the psychedelic trip, it will soon pass and leave them with the same personality they had before. In fact, your cat may become bored or immune to it if they are exposed to it too often. Regular doses of catnip have been proven to be beneficial to your cat's health and will stop your feline friend from nibbling other plants in your home. It may come as a surprise that catnip can also have medicinal properties for humans too, and we're not talking about a cheap way to get high. When made into a tea, catnip has been known to help alleviate digestive issues, headaches, and in some cases, insomnia. Also, it can be used as a bug repellent that may be more effective than leading brands. So that is everything you will need to know about the stuff that sends your cat bonkers. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to Animals Approve and bang that notification bell. That way, you will never miss a future video. If you are animal lovers like us, feel free to check out our partner links in the description box below. They offer a whole array of healthcare and grooming products that will keep your pet as happy as a kitty on catnip.